I'm really happy to make this video today because this is the single largest collection I've ever had sent to me, which shows me that my business plan is working. People are trusting me to send me their collections in the mail, which I'm very appreciative of, and I want to assure you that I don't take lightly. This person has sent me their collection. It arrived today. From the moment it left their possession, there was a tracking number, and we both tracked the delivery. It arrived today. As soon as it did, I contacted them, told them that I had the collection in my possession. The next step, after I open the cards on camera, of course, is to go through them and see what the value it will be. And as the owner and I have talked about, a lot of it is based on condition, how many good players and cards are in the collection. But again, it's really exciting to have a really large collection sent to me. I have no idea what this is, but it should be fun to open this. And stay tuned, and now we'll see what's inside. So in order to avoid having to call 911 because I would slice my finger off, I've started to open this stuff off camera. Turning the camera back on, we're going to go in order here. This was numbered box 1 of 4, and I've opened it. It's also the lightest box. The others are actually very heavy. This is box number 1, and pulling the stuff out, it's some baseball stuff. 1968 Hank Aaron right off the top, and it's going to be O-Pee-Chee printed in Canada, which I love. I love to buy vintage O-Pee-Chee baseball. I can already see it's got some back damage, and as I always point out, I buy cards in any condition. Near mint is always the best, but again, as long as it's old, we can work around that. I will buy in any grade. There's another Hall of Famer, Yogi Berra. Just going to rifle through this really quickly. Don Drysdale. There's a really good card. 1962, Manager's Dream, Mantle and Maze. And there's Ernie Banks. So again, this is the lightest box, but it's got lots of Hall of Famers. Another Ernie Banks. Babe Ruth Special. Let's see if we can find 1 or 2 more good cards. There's Bob Gibson. And whoops. Doesn't look like there's any other major Hall of Famers in here. Gil Hodges. Small in stature, this box. So there's an interesting Babe Ruth card. That's from the 1961 Fleer set. So again, box number 1 has some vintage baseball, some good stars. Let's go on to box number 2. So I've opened up box 2 of 4, and I'm never exactly sure what somebody has and what they're going to send. And this is an interesting box because it's a real mishmash of everything. When I first started to go through it, the opening chunk is all baseball. It's a mix of O-Pee-Chee and tops, it's like sort of late 60s, early 70s. Like there's night as you pan in the box, 70 and 69, 74, 67. There's some 68s here. Just off the top there are definitely some stars, not major stars, but definitely some stars. Just trying to find them quickly. There's a couple Denny McLeans there and there. There's Brooks Robinson, Maury Wills, Johnny Bench from 74. And as you pan through the box, we come up to some interesting stuff. There's a group of CFL inserts from 1972. There's some 1968. Well, let's get to this first. A nice group of cards from the 1968 O-Pee-Chee CFL set. As you can see, extremely low grade, but this is a good year, a year I'm always happy to buy. A partial set. There's Jim Young. So there's those. This was the interesting find in the middle of the box. A group of 1966-67 hockey cards, extremely low grade. This is, I knew the person had these, which is why I had them send the collection out. And as you can see, there's lots of stars. There's Makita, there's Gordie Howe, and the Bobby Orr rookie card. So again, extremely low grade. You know, I don't even think it's a PSA 1. It could be. It's more of a PSA A. It is very rough, but wonderful that that's in there. So we'll sit down, we'll figure out what the value is of a PSA A or a PSA 1. The rest of this will probably be sold as a group. Depending on how much of a set there, maybe the Orr goes back in there. But again, the rest of these, very low grade. There's 2 Gordie Howes, lots of stars. Just too bad about the condition. But nice group from 66, 67. So that, for the most part, is, well, these were interesting. These are the posters from the 1968 CFL set. So inside a pack of these, you got one of these. And there's a nice group of them in there, a nice little chunk of them, if the camera can get in there. Some post baseball, but a lot of the rest of this stuff, there's even some newer stuff in there, which to me just holds the rest of the cards in place. Some 1970 CFL. So we'll go through that in detail later, a group from 71. But that's box number 2 with the Bobby Orr rookie card. So this is box 3 of 4 in the collection sent to me, and I'm going to start calling this the Bobby Orr Rookie Collection. This box broke when I opened it, probably from the transit and the weight. Card dropped, but it's a common card, not a star card. This looks like it's all older hockey from the early 70s. We see some 73, 74. This will be valued. This is where I value stuff as a group. There's no one-by-one stuff here. I'm going to take all the cards from 1973 and try to build a set, and then however much of a set I have, I'll put a value on that. Same thing with 72. Try to see how much of a set I have of that. If it's not a big group, I'll merge it with the stuff from 1970. I try to put together large lots because you can't sell. It's not feasible to sell every single card here one by one. I'm buying lots of stuff, so this is going to be valued as an accumulation. But in the back here, there's some more from 66, 67. I don't think we're going to pull another Bobby Orr out, but you know, again, more from 66. So there may be close to a set here from 1966, 67. That's Phyllis Esposito's second card. If that's the case, then we'll see how much of a set we have, and we'll put a value on the accumulation from 1966, 67. So a nice large box of 1970s hockey cards. Mostly looks like 73. There's some 74s and some 75s in there as well. But again, happy to buy stuff like this, but it will be valued as an accumulation. I went back to this box 3 of 4 with the 1970s hockey because I saw a pile from 1971. I'm going to flip through here. Maybe we'll find a Dryden or a Lafleur. There's the checklist. Unfortunately, that's marked. If it was unmarked, it would be very expensive. Let's flip through here, make the video entertaining, and see if we can pull anything. There's a Rick Martin rookie. But again, we're looking for Lafleur, Dryden, maybe Dion. No, not there, not there, not there. Let's see by team, no Orr. Okay, well, no Lafleur, no Dryden, but that was fun to look through. One other interesting thing in this box that I saw at the back was inserts. I love inserts. So there's a group of team rings from 1973, 74. Looks like it could be close to a set. And in behind it are the common, these are booklets from 1971. These are fairly common. These are better. 1972, 73, Puck Cress. Won't be a set, just a group. Pat Quinn. There's Ken Dryden. That's a good one. And I just thought that was a neat addition to this box. So something like this, if there's a set, I'll value that as a set. When it's a near set, again, just trying to value these things as close to sets or near sets that I can, or large accumulations. And let's go on to the final part of this collection, the tube 4 of 4, and that's coming up next. So number 4 of 4 in the collection sent to me. I assumed it was an uncut sheet, maybe thought it was some either posters or an uncut sheet. Turns out it's an uncut sheet from 1978-79. Again, condition's going to be a huge issue here. Dog-eared and torn. Uncut sheets are really cool. They're very rare and very expensive, as most of you know. In the 50s and the 60s, almost unseen. There are some around. The 70s that were around, they would be really good, you know, from the early 70s and back. But they're great display items. This is probably a sheet, a complete set on the sheets, because I can see there's 3 here. There's the Bobby Orr. And the other good card is going to be the Mike Bossy rookie, obviously. I don't know where it is. It's on here somewhere. There's 3 sheets. So the Bossy rookie, I see the Ron Duguay rookie, but again, I don't know if the camera can see the staining there. So again, I'm sure the Bossy rookie will be in here somewhere. It looks like a 3-sheet set, although you can see the condition of this. So we'll have to sit down and see it. There's not a lot of value to this because of the condition. And it would have to be sold as a sheet set, because if you sell the Bossy rookie sheet or the Orr rookie sheet, you know, doesn't make the rest of them valuable. But again, a really neat display piece. So that's the collection. It will go down as being, you know, memorable for me because of the Orr rookie, which we pulled out. I didn't even know it was in the collection. This is going to be an expensive card. Again, it's condition, but it's still a great card. I'll have to do some research into what the Orr rookie in this condition is selling for. It will have to be sent away by me to get graded, obviously, so people know it's authentic. And, you know, there's a cost involved in that, and time and stuff like that. But it is still, an Orr rookie is always an Orr rookie. So that's what this collection will mostly be known for. Thank you for watching this video, and I am buying vintage hockey, baseball, and CFL collections 365 days a year. I'm very grateful that I can be sitting here and you can be sitting there, and if you have this kind of stuff and you've either, you know, collecting for you has run its course and you don't have the time to sit down and do it up, you know, sell it yourself on eBay, or you have been selling your stuff on eBay and you don't want to do it anymore, pick up the phone, give me a call. I prefer phone calls. It's a lot quicker than emails. We got right to the point, but emails are fine too. It sets the stage. 604-726-1774 or email info@aasportscards.com. Thank you.